And here we are in our Q&A, right on. So we're just gonna hop right into it. We've got a number of questions here. It looks like we'll forward through the yeses for the best experience here. Right into it. We've got a number of questions here. It looks like we've got an overlap on our audio here. And there we go. All right. Fantastic. Thank you for bearing with me here. One technical issue, not too shabby. Right on. So our first question is from Doug. And Doug asks, is there a best time to post content on LinkedIn? And Doug, that is a fantastic question, and it will actually be unique to your audience. So when you're looking at posting on social media, I know there's a lot of content out there about the best time to post on social media, but it actually relates back to your specific audience and when they're online. And there's a couple of tools out there that you can use that will kind of analyze your social media accounts and tell you when your followers, essentially, or the people that you're connected with, are online the most, so that demographically, based on the people that you're connected with, you can get your message out to the most amount of people. So the first tool that works really well for that is called Buffer. And it's bufferapp.com, or just go to Google and type in Buffer, and it will actually connect, and you can put your social content in there, and it will post it based on the best times that you're going to get the best engagement on your content. Now, speaking specifically about your legal practice and the networking tips that we went through here today, it's best to be posting your content between the hours of kind of 9 to 5. So just making sure that you're connecting with your audience. You'll have to excuse me. It's got something in my eye there. But it's best to connect with your audience during those regular business hours, just so that it's seen as that professional connection done during business hours. So traditionally, we see the best engagement rates kind of at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, when the day has kind of died down. You either get them first thing in the morning or kind of in the afternoon when things are starting to slow down at the end of the day. So hopefully that helps you out. Our next question is from Jacob. Jacob says, is it okay to promote my business on my personal LinkedIn profile? And the answer to that question is yes, absolutely. That's what LinkedIn is there for. So it really is a business-centric social media site, and people want to learn about what's going on in your business. What are you working on right now? How you're helping your clients and your customers and your referral partners, and where the value is in their business to really send you new business, right? So absolutely, it's a fantastic place for you to make those updates about your business on your personal LinkedIn profile. So hopefully that helps. Doug, thank you for the kind feedback. I'm glad that you enjoyed the answer. Our next question here is from Michael. Michael says, how do you recommend networking with different types of referral partners? Okay, another great question. Michael, when you look at your LinkedIn profile specifically, and those tips that I gave you at the beginning on how to set your profile up, you can put multiple deal sources in that profile. So you can say that I help real estate agents, home inspectors, provide a smooth closing transaction to their clients or customers. And you can get around that by adding multiple people in there. Or you can kind of dial it back, and in the communication that you send out to the individuals, outline specifically how you're going to help them in your business. So when you're taking that template that I gave you during the event and you're customizing it for your business, when you reach out to real estate agents, you can say, hey, I thought that we should connect because I really specialize in helping real estate agents provide a quality experience with their real estate customers by helping them with the legal transaction. And then when you send the same template over to the home inspectors, you customize that template specific to the home inspector and the thing that's going to be the most valuable to them. So just kind of sitting down and taking your target market and saying, okay, these are the 5 people that I'm going to go out and attract, and then customizing that personal message for each one. Now, what we've also helped people do in the past is essentially chunk your marketing campaign into a calendar and saying, okay, this month is the month that I'm going to go out and I'm going to get 3 new realtors or 5 new realtors, whatever your goal is for the communication through LinkedIn. And then your profile stays specific to real estate. Your messaging is real estate specific, how you help realtors. The content that you're posting on LinkedIn is all about those referral partners. And then you get to the end of the month and you flip over into a new content calendar that is focused on a new referral partner that you're going to be bringing in your business. So keeping in line with the example that we've got, the next month would be home inspectors. You would go change your LinkedIn profile to say, we help home inspectors in the title, and then just focus on connecting with the next 3 to 5 home inspectors in your local marketplace that you're going to convert over into new referral partners. So you can do it a number of different ways. Just whatever feels good for you is probably the best option. I'm a big fan of focused, targeted communication. So I would go month by month and just change my profile based on the type of individual that I was looking to attract into the business. So hopefully that helps you out. Excellent. Oh, some nice feedback here for CTIC for hosting the event. Thank you for that. I much appreciate it. And I also very much appreciate them hosting these events. And if you could do me a favor, if you like this series and you want more of this information, email your CTIC rep. Let them know that you found the information valuable, that you enjoyed it, and that you would like us to produce another event next month. Really give us your feedback and let us know whether you really got value out of these presentations. We want your honest feedback. So make sure that you reach out to your representative and let them know. Our next question here is from David. David says, how did you get over 100 views on your article? Was that a post on your timeline? Oh, okay. So when I showcased the different spots where you get the information from, so that article that you saw that we had over, I guess it's over 100 views, that is actually a Pulse article that I've published. So it's not a post on my personal LinkedIn profile. It's an article that I've written and then submitted to Pulse. And everybody gets access to that. You can publish on Pulse's article network just by going up to the top, and it's the menu bar all the way over to the right. And then when you click on it, it'll say Pulse. You click on Pulse and you can read all of the Pulse articles that are out there, but also up in the top right-hand corner, you also get access to publish your own article. So that's where the article was published. The over 100 views came from my network. So those are from people that I am connected with on LinkedIn that have seen an update that Chris Johnstone published an article, and then they've gone over and checked out the article and viewed it and commented and posted, and that's really how we're generating a lot of interaction and engagement. And again, those people that view that article, those are going to be the people that I'm going to be following up on, and anybody that's in that list that I feel is a good connection for me and my business, that's going to be the person that I'm going to reach out to. And I use the template, that's the exact same one that I gave you, and I do that reach out and look to book appointments and follow up. So that's an exact process that you can take, model in your business, and use to get results. Very insightful that you saw that, and I hope that that's useful information for you. So thank you, David. Our next question here is from Charlene. Charlene says, do people really check their messages on LinkedIn? So valid question. I know that not a lot of people log into their LinkedIn profile on a regular basis. It's not like Facebook where a lot of people log in daily to see what's going on the network. Because it's a more professional network, it doesn't seem to get trafficked that much. And what one of the benefits to that is that LinkedIn understands that. And when you send that direct message to that individual that you're looking to connect with on LinkedIn, LinkedIn will also send them an email. In their email and tell that person, hey, you just got a message from so-and-so on LinkedIn. And if they click the link in that email, it'll open up their LinkedIn profile and open up your message. So it is almost a direct communication method with that person, but they're getting an email from LinkedIn to let them know that there's a message waiting for them inside the LinkedIn interface. So because they have that feature, it's still a very useful tool, and you don't have to wait for people to log into their LinkedIn account in order to see the message that you're sending them. LinkedIn will actually take the initiative to make sure that that person sees that that message is out there. And from that perspective, open rates are incredibly high, connections are very high, and InMail, if you choose to upgrade or to pay for an InMail account, those InMails direct to people on LinkedIn are also very effective, and it's a great way to open up a referral relationship with somebody. We were limited to 30 minutes of content, so we couldn't get everything in there, but InMail is another great paid option for using LinkedIn to go out and get those connections. So Charlene, hope that helps you out. And thank you for the insightful question. From Ivan. Ivan says, how often do you recommend posting on LinkedIn? Okay, so we've had a question about the timing and now the frequency. So it all depends on really how active you want to be seen. And I understand that time, especially in our businesses, is money. Right? So you don't have an hour a day to sit down and write an insightful article and then publish it on LinkedIn, because to be candid, that wouldn't be the most effective use of your time. So I personally make one quality content posting or article post that is unique to me, 100% my content posted on LinkedIn once a week. And again, every article that I write is specific to a customer type that I'm looking to generate, or some form of lead generation that I'm putting out there to grow the business. Now, we post on LinkedIn roughly once a day, and what we're doing is we're syndicating our content. So in an earlier webinar that we had in this series, we talked a little bit about a tool called Hootsuite. And so what we do is we schedule all of our content inside of Hootsuite, and then it posts out at a regular interval to LinkedIn, to Twitter, to all of our social media sites on the business side of things. And so that is just the fact that we post on LinkedIn every day is just a byproduct of all of our other social interaction that we have going on. It's not a LinkedIn specific strategy. I think that as a business professional that's using LinkedIn just to connect with other business owners, once a week is more than enough to post on your LinkedIn profile. So great question, Ivan. A question from Russ. Russ says, do endorsements really work? And so great question. Endorsements are, when you endorse somebody else on LinkedIn for having a skill, and then they get that, the little progress bar that shows up to 99 endorsements for each individual skill that they have in their profile. And this is just based on my personal experience and how I feel about endorsements on LinkedIn. And I don't particularly feel that they're useful if those endorsements are coming from somebody that you don't know, because it's not authentic, it's not genuine, right? You know somebody that doesn't know you, doesn't really know if you have that skill or not. It may look good to your clients and customers when they look at your LinkedIn profile and they see, okay, if they have 99 recommendations for a specific type of legal skill set. That's great for them to see, because they don't know whether or not those people are genuine in leaving you those recommendations. From a networking perspective, staying specific to our content today, going out and recommending somebody so that they'll connect with you and meet with you, I believe would actually hinder your ability to open that relationship, because again, it's seen as disingenuous communication, because you don't yet know that person and you don't really know whether or not they have that skill set, right? Now, a great way to leverage those recommendations or endorsements inside your strategy that we learned today is, once you meet with that professional and you start referring business back and forth, and you have your first 1 or 2 deals that have successfully closed, and you've had a great experience with that individual, at that point you go onto LinkedIn give them an endorsement. And it goes a lot further when you've already got the relationship with that person, and then they feel good about it. They see, I did a good job. I got an endorsement from a peer within the industry that I've done business with. It gives it a lot more value. So yes, endorsements work, but they have to be used properly. And just giving endorsements to people that you don't really know will actually hinder what you're doing on LinkedIn, in my personal opinion. From Shamali, or Shimla, excuse me. Please share the text of the introductory email to group members. So what I will do is, in the email that we send out after the event, I can put a link to that information. So the recording of this event is going to be up for you for 48 hours. So you'll have access to it till roughly Thursday night, Friday morning. You'll have access to this information and you can get it from there. After that, we take this content, we put it into a membership site that has a username and a password on it. You get access to this membership site for free from your representative at CTIC. So if you want access to the first 2 webinars that we've done up until this point, you can reach out to your CTIC representative and ask them for a link where they can give you a username and a password, and then you'll get access to the recordings on the back end. So hopefully that helps you out. And wow, some nice feedback on the answers. Awesome. I'm happy to help, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the event. From our next, our next question, I almost said our next contestant. You can tell I've been talking for almost an hour. So our next question is from Facade. Facade says, do you have any other networking tips on LinkedIn? Yes, absolutely, I do. Again, we only had half an hour today, and I wanted to bring you a focused strategy to just, joining those groups, finding the right people that you want to connect with, and using those direct messages. But we also use a strategy called the 5x5x5. And we'll touch on this one, even though we do have others, but this will be valuable for you. So when you take that spreadsheet on 5 pieces of content and you share 5 pieces of content from that specific list of people that you're looking to network with. Now, it's not the 5x5x5 on one person. It's the 5x5x5 on the entire database of people. So if you've got 30 people in there, you're going through all 30 of those tabs, like, the occasional like, the occasional comment, and sharing information that you feel is valuable. It actually has to be good information for you to share it with your LinkedIn connections, right? So in doing that, we have found much better response when we are reaching out to people at the same time. So whether you've got a phone strategy that's backing this up, or you're just reaching out with LinkedIn messages, if you spend a week and you warm that list up, and before you reach out to somebody and ask them for that appointment, you go, you like a bunch of their status updates, make a couple of nice comments on the information that they're putting out there, they get used to seeing you on a regular basis, and it makes it a lot easier to open up that relationship. So keep in mind, and we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but one of the main reasons why a lot of business owners are on LinkedIn is to connect with clients and customers. And while they're doing that, they want to look good. They want to look popular. It's just like, we all post status updates on social media, and then we'll wait, and then we go back to see what people said about it. How many likes did I get? How many comments did I get? And when you get content that gets engagement, it feels good. So what we're doing on social media is focusing less on the information that you're creating and that you're pushing into the marketplace. And we're attracting the people that we want to do business with by giving them that social validation that makes them look good to their customers. So what you're doing as a peer in the industry is liking and commenting on their information. They see that, they get notified, and when they see you doing it on a consistent basis over time, it makes it a lot easier to open up a relationship with that person, because they want to become closer with you because you've done something that has value to them. So hopefully that makes sense, and you see kind of how we look at social media a little bit differently. Relationships that you can build that old world, real face-to-face relationship and do business with these referral partners. So hopefully that helps you out. From Doug, it looks like Doug is potentially having a connection issue. Doug, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you hit the refresh button up at the top in your browser, that will, any technical issues, it normally will restart the link between the webinar and your computer. So hopefully that helps you out. From Sean says, do you also recommend posting inside the groups? Yes. So while I was going through it, I realized that I may have not fully extrapolated that strategy for you. So when you're going into the groups and using the groups to message to people, posting inside that group is also very important, because if people see you active in the group and as an expert in the group, and they're helping people, answering their questions, providing good content, it just makes it that much easier to get those people to connect with you and to get them to respond to your messages. So the groups really do serve two purposes. One is so that you can position yourself as the expert in your local marketplace, in your specific area of law, in whatever your practice is. And it also helps you to make the direct connections with the people that you want to network with. So it's a twofold strategy inside those groups. We're not using it just to go out and send those direct messages. We're also using it to position you as an expert and to open up a pipeline to a lot of people in one very small space, where you can, again, help people position yourself as the expert and really make quality relationships. So hopefully that helps. I apologize, but from Aldina says, what's in the background, what's on the board? So Aldina, I'm not quite 100% finished with the training that I have on the whiteboard behind me. That's why it's still there. I was gonna wipe it out so that it was just a clean background for us. But this is outlining a paid strategy on how we're driving social media advertisements and then putting people through a funnel. And eventually turning them into a client or a customer. And so over the next month or so, you'll see this information pop up on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we're going to be promoting it. So we're currently shooting content. You guys get a behind the scenes peek at the paid marketing structure that we've seen good results with. So that's the visual representation of how it's laid out. You're going to see some training coming out in a little bit. So I know it looks neat in the background, and I thought you might, find it kind of cool. So hopefully you did. And from Meg says, how do I find local contacts? I've recently moved provinces. So Meg, when you're doing that search on LinkedIn, just make sure that you add the specific province or the specific city that you want to make those connections in. And just by adding that to the different group names, or to real estate, or to home inspectors, just adding the area or province in there will help to narrow down that search. It's also, I guess, relevant to note that the search bar on LinkedIn works like the search bar on Google. So it does Boolean searches, which again, I'm still not 100% accurate on all of the different ways that you can use that, but essentially it's a smart search. So you can type in city name plus and then another word, and if you put that plus symbol in between them, it will search for any phrase that has each of those words in it individually and help broaden the search results that you get back in the search that you're using within LinkedIn. So my recommendation to you would be to use the advanced search that you see up at the top, right beside the search bar on the right-hand side. It says advanced. Click on there, and you can target people based on their location, past vocation, all kinds of wonderful things in there. So I would definitely use that advanced search to go out and search for those people. So hopefully that helps you expand that search. And again, you'll have access to the replay of today's webinar tomorrow so that you can re-watch that section where we go in and use the LinkedIn search. So great question, and thank you for that. And It looks like our final question here, which is perfect because we're right on half an hour, is from Daryl. And Daryl says, do you recommend using LinkedIn ads? And boy, that's a great question. And my response to that is yes, but you need to have a very specific focus on the result that you want to get from that advertisement. Traditionally, LinkedIn is a premium ad network. So you're going to pay more per click than you will on an ad network like Facebook, right? But you're going to get a very targeted audience that is very likely to respond to your message based on the targeting. So if you're going to use LinkedIn ads, don't just run an advertisement like you would for your legal practice, put it on LinkedIn, target local people with it. Have a specific campaign and a specific goal that you want to get people to so that you can say, okay, I generated this many clicks, I generated this many phone calls or this many opt-ins, here's how much I'm paying per lead, and then being able to track those leads into actual referral relationships that you've set up with somebody so that you can track your return on investment. So it's very important when looking at LinkedIn ads to really know what your end goal is and to be very, very cognizant of your budgets and making sure that you're hitting a positive return on investment at the end of 30, 60, 90 days, all those wonderful things. So just running a paid marketing program, right? So excellent. So that brings us to the end of our Q&A. Again, a big thank you to our sponsor, CTIC, for bringing us all together and helping you grow your legal practice using the power of digital marketing. My name is Chris Johnstone. If you have any questions, my website is cwjstone.com, or you can email support@cwjstone.com. Keep an eye out for future emails from me with more great information on how to grow your business. And I really look forward to keeping in touch with you in the future. From me and my family here to you and yours, much love. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.